My name is Zach. This is my channel, Ultimate Rebuilds, and I bought a boat. I'm turning it into a floating barge, party boat, whatever you want to say, and it's coming along great. This episode, we're gonna get it all put back together for the most part, so stay tuned. Before we get started, I'm just going to apologize right away. I dropped my camera last week and I put a little scratch on the GoPro lens, so a lot of the shots have a little blurriness up here, somewhere up here. I apologize. I eventually get a new GoPro later on in this episode, but it's going to have a blurriness for most of the episode, so sorry, not going to happen again. I just couldn't get another lens and I needed my GoPro for all these shots, so I'm sorry. It was annoying for me to edit it, so just know that I fix it later on in the episode. Starting off, we're going to work on the bar top and get the epoxy on. Keep watching. I'm going to go ahead and epoxy the underside of this. That way we can get it out of the way, let it dry overnight, and then really focus on the sides and the top side, the side that's going to be hit by the sun a lot. I just want to epoxy this, that way it's fully protected from any kind of moisture or anything. So yeah, let's dig into that, and then we can start working on something else while this dries. Here it is. It looks so good. I love this look. Still a good bit of room right here. Now the seats aren't mounted up or anything because I'm waiting. I still got to put all these hinges on for the storage. Yeah, hinges go right there, screws are right there. Waiting to mount all that up. And also for these stools over here, I don't know if I'm gonna keep the stools. One, I just don't think these are gonna last very long, especially being out in the water. They might start rusting pretty quick. And also, you can see there's not like a whole lot of room to walk back. You can see me walking through it. I'm a pretty small guy, so it's not super hard for me, but the average person might have a little trouble getting back here. I have a backup plan if I don't want to keep these posts, or whenever they start rusting, I can switch things up and build it. But that's going to be in the future. I'm not going to do that right now. I want to get this whole boat done and on the water and have some fun with it before I start doing upgrades like this. All right, we're going to go ahead and start screwing in all these seats, get all the hinges mounted up, get it bolted into the floor. It's not moving anywhere. I don't know, it just seems like I'm missing something right here, don't you think? There we go, that's much better. You guys thought I wasn't going to do it, but I did it anyway. This is a table that's also a floating fire pit. This little fire pit is mainly just a table, but it also has a little fire pit right in here. If I can get it, it's a little tricky to get open sometimes. Hold on. There we go, that's much better. It runs off of gas. It has like this little 16-ounce gas cylinder, mainly used for like camping and stuff. But it has that and cup holders. And then you can set this back on top of it and choose it as a table. Now these things are pretty safe. They actually sold these and made these for boats, and they don't sell them or make them anymore. Maybe that sounds a little sketchy, but I actually found this on eBay, and I found the original website they used to sell, and they sold out and they stopped selling them years ago. But I luckily found it on eBay for like a quarter of the price they sold for new, and I grabbed. I just couldn't help myself. This looks so great. It's exactly what I wanted, exactly what I pictured being up here. Yeah, I'm really excited for this. And I know a lot of you guys are gonna be, oh, it's so dangerous to have a fire, but this is removable. You can take it off. You can put the little cover over it. I'm gonna have a fire extinguisher mounted right here. It's gonna be 100% safe, so you guys don't have to worry about it. It's gonna be safe, guys. You don't have to worry about me. And it's only gonna be on when it's cold out in Florida, which is one week a year. It's not gonna be on all the time when I'm on the boat. So, all right, let's get to mounting these.
You don't even know me like that. Are you pressed for time? Put you in my mind. Come a little closer like that. Staying up all night, throwing drinks back. Blue eyes smiling while you're cursing. I admit it's working. You're working. Don't care, you're crazy, it's perfect. Shaky and I'm slurring, 'cause I'm nervous. It's you. It's you. Oh, you. The second I saw you, I'm nervous that
All right, let's talk for a second. I want to go over this wiring, just so you guys get an idea of what everything I've done. I ordered this wiring harness kit like right after I bought the boat because I was already planning on redoing it, which I wish I would have waited because PontoonStuff has a wiring kit that kind of hooks up to these switches, and these are their switches, so it would have made it so much easier if I just waited. But anyways, I can make it work. It wasn't hard to make it work. It's a plug and play if you order PontoonStuff's wiring harness. Now that I'm learning all this, so you guys can know in the future, if you are planning on rewiring it and you're gonna buy new switches and everything, buy PontoonStuff's harness and their switches, because it all just plugs and plays. It makes it really easy. But I'm figuring all this out. It's gonna work pretty well. A lot of this wiring is extra because this would originally go back underneath the seat, and so there'd be a lot of wiring, but since all of it's gonna be right in here, I just gotta cut it all off. I have the on and off switch. I'm gonna buy a new one of these because this one's kind of broken, but that's where it's gonna mount, so I can open this little door, turn it on, and be good to go. The speaker wire is all pretty clean. I kept everything pretty clean in here. I don't want it getting snagged on anything if I'm loading anything in here. Even on the underside of the boat, I installed all these little wiring harness clip things. Keep it out of the water, keep it from getting snagged on anything, keep it all looking really, really nice so you're not gonna see it. That all looks really good underneath there, and also in here, it looks really good. These are the switches. This is PontoonStuff switches. It has everything pretty much right here. The horn, navigation, anchor lights, all these extra lights that I'm gonna use for other cool stuff. I can't wait to show you. USB 12 volt, not cigarette lighter, but 12 volt plug thing. Yeah, I'm waiting to fully install the rest of the gauges that they sent me, but I'm waiting because I need to figure out where my throttle is going to go and where the steering is going to go first. And I'm waiting for that because, spoiler alert, I am finding a new motor, so I'm waiting to get all that figured out before I do any of that. So that's where all that, that's why I'm not putting anything in here yet. It's probably going to be in the future episode. So that's why all this is blank. And also this is just tape residue I'll clean off. Don't have to worry about that. Other stuff for wiring, I hooked up this horn that goes right here. Kind of kept it all matching. These are just vents. Since I'm keeping the batteries in here, I want to have a ventilation of some sort. Keep everything kind of cool, and any kind of gases that might get in there. The gas isn't going to be stored in here, but just gases in general from the battery. I can show you this. These are for passengers. They can plug in their phone. Just thought that was a cool idea. One of you guys in the comments said that, so I thought that was a cool idea. So I thought I would throw that in there. Let me talk about the speaker system. I'm not super happy with the speaker system. It's really nice, but they didn't make it super easy to install. Let me show you. Now, all these speakers had plugs on them that you're supposed to like plug directly into it, but the kit didn't come with like the female end of it. So I had to just cut them and redo all this. And these ones actually have like dancing lights that you're supposed to hook up to it. And I have to figure out how to wire that up because it didn't come with directions or anything like that. So I'm gonna figure that out eventually. Everything else is pretty simple. It's just plug and play. The amplifier is pretty nice. I kept it back here. That way I can kind of get to it and see what's going on with the lights and everything. I just got to hook it all up the rest of the way to the radio, wherever I'm going to mount the radio. And I bought more speaker wire because I ran out and I need to run it up there a little bit more. Speakers going around. I have the subs right here. The rear speakers are back here. And there's 2 in the front, as you guys know. My original plan was to have 4 speakers up here and then have the subs back here on the actual bar, but that didn't work out because these speakers are a little bit too big to fit underneath here. They were only able to fit up here, so I didn't want them overhanging. I think that would look weird and kind of tacky, so I decided to keep them all back here. The rear speakers in the back, front speakers up there, and the subs. I think it's gonna be plenty loud enough, so I think we're okay there. And while we're talking about stuff I installed, this is PontoonStuff's Bimini top. It's pretty easy to install. I installed it all by myself. I actually installed it backwards and had to move it around and put it on the right way, but pretty easy. You guys may notice I attached it to the gate, and this gate is actually stationary. It's not gonna open at all. I didn't feel the need to have it open because the seats are right here and it would just get hit a lot. I don't see a reason why if I have a front and a rear entrance and exit. So these are just stationary. They're not going anywhere. So it all works out pretty good. All right, now let's go ahead and I'm gonna grab that battery and just hook it up just for laughs, see if it actually works and see if I can get the lights to work and come on. Someone in the comments actually suggested I try a brushed aluminum kind of style, so I just took a wire wheel and went over it, and yeah, I like the shininess. I don't really care for the whole brush look. I did take it all down anyway because it's just really pitted in certain areas, and just the wire wheel gets it a lot easier than trying to sand it. I like the shininess of it, so I don't think I'm gonna paint it, but I'm definitely not gonna polish it like how you would polish it to where like you can see yourself in it. It's just gonna be like a shiny look. I'm gonna go over it with some sandpaper and that's about it. I'm not gonna compound it or anything. Just make it a little bit shiny. I'm not gonna do all the work that you would need to because it's not gonna look that great with all these pits. You might be wondering what happened to the tabletop. Well, I did the underside, as you know. It all turned out really good. The epoxy worked great. I flipped it over to the other side and used the UV coating, and it looked good except for bugs landed in it, and there was a couple weird reaction spots that were still very tacky even after multiple days of it sitting. So I'm working on trying to fix that. It's just taking a lot longer than I would hope. So I'm having to put more layers on in certain places to try to get the tackiness away, and then I'm going to go over it and I'm going to sand it all back down and put another coat on it, and I got to get all the bugs out of it too. So that's what I'm waiting for with that. It's just not gonna be done in this episode, so you're not gonna be able to see it finished and up on the boat. That's why that's not up there yet. So we'll figure that out. In other news, it's coming along. Next episode, it's gonna be interesting. I don't know what my plan is. It's the first time I don't really have a plan for the next episode. A lot of it is waiting on trying to find a motor, and I'm waiting for the right motor to come around, and it's just a lot of waiting and looking online and trying to find the right one. So wait for that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. Yeah, we got a lot done. I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out, so we'll see where the next episode takes us. In the meantime, I have a website. You can check out my store. I have a shirt. I'm not wearing it right now because they're all dirty. I've worn my shirt every single day, every time I work. I love wearing that shirt. I also have koozies. They're selling out pretty quick. Half of them are already sold, and I'm selling more each day. So thank you guys so very much for that. Also, Instagram. I have an Instagram if you want to check me out there. I post a lot behind the scenes. I posted some behind the scenes of like the fire pit and the speakers when I was posting them this week. So check it out there for some behind the scenes. And other than that, I will catch you guys next week whenever I post again. So see ya!